That's why I stopped working in my old agency, which they concede from me. And I actually write a letter, hey, this is a situation, nurse from other agency received extra from the facility I'm working at, why I'm not getting it. And this 이번 주는 월요일부터 수요일 양로원에 에이전시를 갔어. 3일 동안 12시간 시프트를 픽업했는데 월요일날 가니까 너무 바쁘고 사람도 부족해서 오버타임 할 수 있냐고 물어보더라고. 그래서 12시간에서 3시간 더 했어. 7시, 아침 7시에 출근한 다음에 저녁 10시에 돌아왔거든. 그래서 오버타임을 좀 더 받을 것 같아요. 그리고 화요일에 갔는데 오버타임 받는 조건으로 다음날 일을 8시간으로 줄이기로 했어. 그래서 이튿날은 8시간 하고 그 다음에 수요일 오늘은 12시간 하고 그리고 귀가했어. 그래서 이번 주 월요일 시작으로 33시간을 일했어. 이제 주말에 진짜 신나게 잘 놀다 왔거든. 주말에 필립 아일랜드랑 마켓 갔다 온 거 영상 편집하고 이제 올려보려고. I was working as a PCA, which means like a personal care worker. That's what I used to do it before I get registration. And she's actually a registered nurse back home with 5 years of ICU experience. Guess how much she get paid a month in India?
Like $200?
Close. $500 a month.
Yeah.
When she said 30,000 a month, I'm like, what a month? And that was Indian dollar, Indian currency. Man, that's crazy. And then they get, in the public hospital, they get 2 to 70 ratio.
2 to 7.
2 nurses with 70 patients. That's just insane.
Jesus, how do you even give proper care?
No, they're not receiving any proper care. What's more shocking was, like first year or second year nursing student come in for internship, like placement, and the nurses just like gave them medication. They don't counter check which medication they're giving. They don't check which patient they're receiving. Like the public nurses in the public hospital, they don't care really much. And because they're only 2, it's impossible to look after 35 people each. And they have like students coming in every day. So what they do, they just pop the medication in the car and give it away to student. Hey, bring this to the patient A, bring this to the patient B. So they don't know which one they're actually giving.
Right.
So they just hear it, but like they don't confirm whether they're giving it to the right person or not,
Yeah.
or whether they're giving the right medication to the right people, things like that. And this one time, a nurse told the student, can you give this patient this amount of potassium? And it's supposed to be given slowly through the drip,
Yeah.
but this student had no knowledge about what potassium, what it can do to people. She drew it, and then she gave injection through the muscle,
Yeah.
big bolus, and then the patient died right away. He got heart attack, cardiac arrest. Yeah. I'm like, I was so shocked. Is it really true? And that's so prevalent that she's not surprised at all.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
It is insane. So I was telling, if ever I travel India, I say I should not be sick or I shouldn't go to the hospital. And she's like, oh, private is okay. I should go to the private hospital. I also find out one of them is from other agency. She's more experienced than me, but her hourly wage is lower than me. So I recommended my new agency to, let her sign up. She got a job offer from this nursing home that I go to. I'm like, don't get it. Don't accept it. Unless you're really, really desperate, So busy. You have to give 30 people medications. It's not like healthy people, you put the medication there and give it to them. It's like take ages. I actually timed it, the time at the start when I go into the room to give medication and come back. Actually it takes like 5 to 7 minutes to have someone take their whole tablets or give eye drops or puffers. So like if you allocate at least 5 minutes for everybody,
Yeah.
and you look after 30 people, it's 150 minutes. And that's like more than 2 hours. And you are supposed to give 8 o'clock medication at 8, but you ended up giving 8 o'clock at the 10 o'clock, and everything gets delayed. It is easier if you know resident and how they take them, how their preference to take medication, whether it's to be crushed or it's mixed with jelly or yogurt. But if you just walk into work and you don't know what they like, and they cannot tell you their name, so I have to find someone to identify if this is the right patient. That's the struggle. Anyway, so yeah, she is still struggling every day. And good thing there are 2 of us, so she can take time to prepare medication and I can distribute while she's preparing the next one.
Yeah.
And then while doing this crazy, finding people and give them medication, 2 people had full, and she just went, yeah, to resident. They had full, which means you have to check if they're taking any blood thinners, are they injured, or what's their blood pressure like, notify doctor, notify family, observe their observation every like 15 minutes for next 2 hours. Follow all these protocols. You got no time to give medication to other people. There's only 1 nurse left. These regular nurses like will be missing me, because now when the COVID finished and there's no longer COVID positive patient in the units, I won't be called into work, and they'll be working alone to deal with this 40 patients, sometimes 60s. Yeah, it's nuts. So I think it's the like best time to work right now, because you get supported by more stuff and workload is much lesser and good pay. Oh, that lady get paid $44 per hour, and then her agency does not give her 25% loading for working the COVID zone. There are 2 cases. In case one is the agency is not sponsored by government, does not provide. No, it's not true, because we go to the same facility. Everyone going there is supposed to get paid 25% loading. That is from the facility, which means the agency she signed up with does not pay her extra 25 they receive from the facility. So just rip off, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, different places pay different amounts.
She's underpaid, and then she doesn't get the COVID allowance, the extra 25% loading.
I thought that was like you have to get it.
Yeah, you have to get it. That's what's my that's why I stopped working in my old agency, which they concede from me. And I actually write a letter, hey, this is a situation, nurse from other agency received extra from the facility I'm working at, why I'm not getting it. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna clarify that, and then they never get back to me. And that's the one that I sent the mail about, hey, can you increase my rate to this to match my new one, and they didn't, just read and ignored. You need to know how much you're supposed to get paid. That's why I'm advocating. Girls I meet, I tell them sign up with my agencies.